It looks like the moment that we all feared as Tottenham fans has come. Harry Kane will probably leave Tottenham after 18 years with the club. Monday will be a huge day for Harry Kane's future, but it looks like Tottenham will accept the offer from Bayern Munich of £100 million. Harry Kane is the best player that we ever had. Our greatest goal scorer will leave us. This is a huge worry. However, I think that Tottenham can survive after Kane, but this is by far the most important moment of our recent history. The way that we'll invest the money will be decisive for our future. So we come to the main question. How can the Harry Kane team replace Harry Kane? Let's start with a clear point. You can't replace directly Harry Kane. There is no way that you can get a striker with that quality that is able to do the same things that he's doing on the pitch. The positive thing is that under Ange, we don't need a striker like Harry Kane. We don't need someone to drop deep and to be the creative outlet. We already have Maddison, Lo Celso in the number 8 position that will take care of it. In the Ange system, the striker needs to score, needs to make consistently forward runs without the ball. He needs to stretch the defense as much as possible. For this reason, I'll move completely away from the Harry Kane type of striker, and we should go for a more direct and fast player. There are a lot of options in the market that fit that criteria. Kolo Muani, for example, is one of my favorite choices. He's very fast and dynamic, gifted dribbler, and is a direct player that attacks the space a lot of times and put defenders in very tough positions. His agility combined with his height is what makes him a very interesting profile, similar to Isaac of Newcastle. He's also a very good finisher. He ended the Bundesliga campaign with 15 goals. Another player that I really like in that position is Gonçalo Ramos. The 22 years old Portuguese striker is an incredibly gifted finisher. His ball striking ability and his movement inside of the box makes him an unstoppable player when he's in the final third. This season he scored 30 goals, being one of the most prolific strikers in Europe. He's a top option because there are not so many strikers in the world, especially of that age, able to finish that consistently. Jonathan David of Lille is another example of the Ange type of striker. Very fast and dynamic, able to put defender in dangerous position in the 1-against-1, and most importantly, is an incredibly gifted finisher. He scored 24 times in Ligue 1, being one of the most prolific strikers in Europe. The last profile that I want to talk about is maybe my favorite for that position, and that guy is Dusan Vlahovic. He came from a bad season with Juventus. However, I don't think that this is a fair reflection of the talent that the Serbian striker possesses, mainly because you need to put in context also the kind of system that is playing, the Allegri one, a very conservative one, a system where Dusan Vlahovic can't play in the areas where he's most dangerous, in the final third. With Ange, the music would be completely different, and I think that he has all the characteristics that you need from a Ange striker. He's very strong physically, incredibly gifted finishing, his ball striking ability with the left foot is absolutely incredible. He is not a very good player when he needs to drop back and to be involved in the build-up, but with Ange Postecoglou he needs just to do the work of the finisher, and I'm sure that he will be able to do that on a high level. All these players that we have talked about will cost around 70 million euros. That will not allow us to use the Kane money also to strengthen properly other positions, like the centre-back and the number 6, that in my opinion could become a huge problem during the season if we don't adjust it. If we will buy one of these players, the options for the number 6 are very limited. The best option in my opinion on a free contract would be Paredes from PSG, a player that is an incredible progressive passer, but is not in his prime anymore. For this reason, I think that we should also look at some cheaper options like Wahi from Montpellier, Boniface from Saint-Gilloise, or Dia from Salernitana, players that will cost around 20-30 million, but they have exactly the characteristics that Ange would like from their striker, all fast and strong and very good finishers. That's possible because we have Richarlison already in the team, a player that costed us 60 million and that in my opinion fits very very well the type of striker that Ange wants. He also remarked that in the last interview after his hat-trick in pre-season. Spending less on the striker will allow us to spend on expensive players like Zubimendi from Real Sociedad or Locatelli from Juventus, players that are able to consistently pass the ball forward, being a defensive presence without the ball, and also being a key player in our build-up. Bissouma needs to improve in that to become the perfect number 6 for Ange, and we can't only have him in that role, especially with Højbjerg leaving. Obviously it's impossible to directly replace Kane pound for pound, but it's possible to improve the collective with 2 or 3 signings that fit the system that we will play. With the Kane money we should bring a striker and the number 6, a striker and the centre-back, or maybe all 3. In this way, I think that Tottenham can survive and improve, despite the huge loss. It will be painful, but it might be needed. Without Kane we will have different dynamics. We can't anymore rely on being the one-man team, and we can actually develop a young collective that can push us into a new level under the guide of Ange Postecoglou. This is the end of the video, guys, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, a comment or a subscribe, that I will really appreciate that. And see you the next time. Goodbye.